Notice what happens. It says right here, it says, both of us heard the same word, but one of us got our deliverance and the other one didn't. Oh, man. How many know when you start cooking a cake, put me a little water in there. When you start cooking a cake, there's certain things you got to do. Oh, Lord. This is what you call a scratch cake. See, when you cook cakes, you got to have some flour. Okay? All right. Well, can Pastor make a homemade cake? You better bet your bottom dollar I can. Huh? What? Don't let me come down there. I will make a homemade cake. Y'all just don't know me like that. You better have Pastor Sal. Listen to this. It says, for unto us was the gospel preached as well as unto them, but the word preached to them did not profit them. I'm sick and you sick. But I heard a word from God through the Bible. I got my healing and you didn't. Come on now. Okay, let me break it down. Because I'm always going to put myself on top on this here. You know. I heard a word on debt deliverance. I got my debt deliverance and you didn't. What happened? Somewhere along the way, unless yours is just on the way. Some of yours on the way. Say mine's on the way. Say mine's on the way. But what happened was somewhere along the way, when you mixed it, I'm going to put water in today. You mixed it, but what you forgot the eggs. How many know when you cook a cake without eggs, it won't hold together? Oh, can y'all give God praise for that? So when you mixed it, you put the ingredients in it, you put all the little stuff you needed to put in it. You know, we put all that in there. But what happened was you forgot the faith which holds everything together. What you mean? I need to be healed, but because I did not mix faith into it, I don't get my healing, I don't get my deliverance. I need my money, I need to be able to pay my bills, but because I didn't have faith enough to pay my tithes, give my offering, it ain't going to work because I didn't mix no faith in it. It takes faith to give. It takes faith to receive your healing. That means in order for you to get your deliverance, you got to begin to mix the ingredients the way that it was designed to be mixed. Oh, let me go there. What we want to do is we want to mix the ingredients how we want to mix it. You can't mix the ingredients how you want to mix it. How many of you know that? Say a recipe. What's the purpose of a recipe? The purpose of a recipe is so that you can follow it. What you mean, Pastor? If you don't follow the recipe, it ain't going to taste the same. Some of you have been trying to remake grandma apple pie, but you just can't do it. You've been trying to make that sweet potato pie and it just don't taste like your mama. The reason why, because you did not follow the recipe. And she probably didn't tell you everything was in the recipe anyway. Because she never wants your pie to taste like hers, no way. She left out some things. She didn't tell you she put a little extra in there. So that always keep you coming back for something. But in order for you to allow your situation to change, you got to mix this whole thing with faith. It will not work. It will not prosper except that you mix it the way God had designed for it to work. Because what'll happen is you'll get a cake, and when you get a cake, and when you get this thing, because you didn't put, oh man, because you didn't put, I can't. Oh, this is the actual cake. Because you didn't put what was necessary in it, it falls apart in the midst of everything. Y'all ain't helping me. What you mean? Because you didn't put no faith in it, everything falls apart in the midst of everything. What happens when I wanted to get healed, but I couldn't get healed? Why? Because I fell apart in the midst of my struggle. No faith, no deliverance. No faith, no prosperity. No faith, no breakthrough. He said, The word profited them that did exactly what the word told them to do. Are you hearing me? See, what happens is in life, you have to learn to follow what God told you to follow. In order for this cake to come out the way it's supposed to come out, I got to follow directions. Can you smell what I'm cooking? Ask the person next to neighbor. Can you smell what the pastor's cooking? Now, I want to ask you the question. When I come into your house, can I smell what you're cooking? You know how when you cook chitlins, you can smell chitlins. When you cooking spaghetti, you can smell that spaghetti or something, some pizza or something. So when you cooking sweet potato pie, you should be able to smell sweet potato pie. It gives a specific odor. The same way with your faith. God can smell what you cooking. What you mean? The Bible says it's a sweet smelling savor. What is he talking about? What you give off, the faith that you have will give off an odor or a smell to it. What you mean? He can smell whether or not what you're doing is the real deal. But let me tell you this. The devil also can smell whether or not. The devil also can smell what you're cooking too. Oh, y'all ain't helping me. He can smell whether you're cooking with that flavor of doubt. He can tell whether or not you're cooking with some Epsom salt of doubt.